Hello, fans, and welcome. Today we have an article from People magazine stating Little Mermaid director had no agenda when casting Halle Berry as the Little Mermaid. We saw everybody in every ethnicity. We were just looking for the best actor for the role, period, says director Rob Marshall in the upcoming live-action reimagining of Disney's The Little Mermaid. Well, that is absolutely 100% not true. Before I ever even saw the first trailer, before I ever even knew about who was playing Little Mermaid, there was a rumor going around. I can't find anything on the internet about it, but I definitely remember hearing about it, that the new Ariel was going to be portrayed by a black woman. If you were actually trying to find the best actress to portray Ariel, the Little Mermaid, you would have picked a red-headed white girl who can sing, because the Little Mermaid was a red-headed white girl. Now, I guarantee that if they were to remake The Princess and the Frog, which was an animated movie from several years ago, a Disney animated movie from several years ago, in which the princess, I believe her name was Tia, was a black woman, a woman of color, as they like to say. I guarantee you that they would not even try to search for a white woman to replace that actress. There is no way in hell, because if they did, I swear to God, someone would burn down Disneyland. The Little Mermaid director Rob Marshall says his production was searching for someone who could exude a great deal of fire and joy when they cast Halle Berry as Ariel. We were just looking for the best actor for the role, period. The end. Emphasizing that the team had no agenda in the process, we saw everybody and every ethnicity. I would really like for him to prove that, because I doubt that that's true. Judging by Disney's track record over the last decade or so, we can see that they just excel in race swapping, gender swapping, ethnicity swapping, every character that people love, and doing it without their consent, doing it to their detriment. Just another example, the Sorcerer Supreme in Doctor Strange. I like the Tilda Swinton. I thought she did a great job, but that is supposed to be a Chinese man, okay? Not a Celtic woman. Also, this movie has completely done away with the romance aspect, because they want this to be a portrayal of a modern woman. Little Mermaid director says his new take on Ariel spotlights a modern woman. Story of Disney's Little Mermaid has become somewhat divisive since its debut in 1989. Actually, it hasn't, because people still love the original 1989 movie. I know that both of my daughters love that movie, will watch it over and over again, and do not have one bit of problem with it, and they're both in their 20s. A movie about a young girl who lives up to her voice, transforms her body, or gives up her voice, transforms her body, and leaves everything behind in order to land a man isn't the type of concept that has aged well. Give me a freaking break. I am so sick of this agenda of people saying, or this trope of people saying, that no woman needs a man in this world to survive, okay? It has nothing to do with needing a man. It has to do with wanting a man to be with someone that you love. I mean, they just take love out of it. They just completely take love out of it. She can't be in love with a man because that's not the idea of a modern, strong woman. That's not fucking true. I'm sorry. You can be a strong woman and still be in love with a man. Like I said, most of the people that I know that have watched the original, that are my age or younger than me, and people that are my children's age, still love that movie. You can't tell me that it hasn't aged well, because people still love a love story. All right? You're just changing things to boost your own agenda. You're changing it because that's what you think that people want, but you're completely wrong. The character goes back to Hans Christian Andersen from another century, but at the same time, even in 1989, it felt in some ways like a very modern woman, someone who sees her life differently than anyone around her and goes to find that dream. He also made Mary Poppins Returns, which nobody liked, and Into the Woods. I have no idea what that movie is or know anything about it. When it comes to Halle Berry's performance as Ariel, the eponymous mermaid who strikes a deal with a sea witch to become human, Marshall said the movie is pushing the modernity further. Number one is her passion. That fire is very important, he explains this new take on Ariel. I'm surprised they didn't make her a lesbian. I really am surprised. She feels displaced, and it's really an epic story of finding your true self, but there's also need to be a great deal of joy. It's a strange combination of innocence and wisdom, and a great deal of soul and heart. She's very modern in that way. So basically, what they're saying is that she goes up on land. She strikes a deal with Ursula because she doesn't want to be a mermaid anymore. She wants to be in the human world. She wants to be on land. Somehow Prince Eric, who is also a completely different character, because they said he was just a plank of wood in the original, which I can probably agree with that. But in this one, somehow he hears her voice and he seeks her out for the rest of the movie. She doesn't seek him out. She doesn't care about him. He seeks her out and tries to find him. And so basically, he's the weak character and she's the strong character. They've swapped the roles in that aspect, where Eric is the weak character that needs to search her out for her voice and fall in love with her, and she's just up on land, trip-chopping around as a human being perfectly happy. So they've completely just changed the entire story. While among the surface world, Ariel does fall in love with Prince Eric, who doesn't believe the mermaids of the deep are as bad as he was taught. Marshall and the writers took that as another opportunity to flesh out Eric's role. And this is where he says, Eric in the animated film is a wooden, classic Prince character with not a lot going on. There's a whole story that developed in our film. He has a mother, Queen, that's new to the film. He has a very similar trajectory in a way to Ariel. He doesn't feel like he fits where he fits in his world. These two kindred spirits find each other and really teach the world about prejudice and about breaking down barriers and walls between these two worlds. Because Eric is white, so they're doing the interracial mixed marriage thing. Eric doesn't like being a prince. Oh, God, it's so hard to be a prince. It's so hard. People just want so much from me. It's so hard to lead people, and my mommy doesn't like the way I am. Oh, give me a freaking break. Whatever happened to strong male characters? Obviously, Eric is nowhere near a strong male character in this. So it's all just smoke and mirrors. Once again, Disney is just playing us or trying to play us as fools. We know that they had an agenda for casting Halle Berry. I doubt that they even bothered to audition any other ethnicity except for being a black girl. We just saw it a couple days ago. Disney did their live action Beauty and the Beast, and Belle was black. Belle was black in the live action Beauty and the Beast that just aired a few days ago. Beauty and the Beast takes place in, I think, 16th century France, maybe 15th century France, where there really weren't any. There might have been one or two Africans, black people, persons of color, whatever. It's just getting laughable at this point. But that's it. Disney, once again, trying to do a bait and switch, trying to lie about their agenda. And I really hope this movie does terribly. I really do. Just so it proves to them. And of course, if it does, they'll say it's because everyone's racist. No, it's because everyone hates how you're changing all of our legacy characters and making them into something that they never were. You can't create new characters. You can't come up with your own stories. You have to take characters that we all know and love and change them into something else. If you like what you heard, please don't forget to like and share the video to all your friends. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, and I will talk to you later.